Hi everybody, I'm Ian McKlusky and I'm here at my kitchen table, and today we're going over the Colt 723, otherwise known as the LAV Car-15. Now, where this had particular note of service was in Operation Acid Gambit in Panama.
Reloading! I'm up! Gentlemen, before we dive in, I know you're on the toilet. How does he know? How does Abin always know where I'm on the toilet watching his videos? Where do you think I respond to your comments from? I'm on the toilet too, buddy. I'm a YouTuber, I watch YouTube. I know what I'm getting myself into, but make sure if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section down below. I know it sounds YouTube and cheesy, but it's for the algorithm. The algorithm is an all-seeing, all-knowing product of the Googles. And to get this gun content out there, it's gotta get engagement, and that's what we need. And I feel, you know, like a big goober telling you this, but I'm being vulnerable with you guys. So please help out. Patreon and merch. Oh, also a big way to help out the channel. Patreon users will see this video first. We have a Discord. We talk about girls. We stay up late. Also, merchandise really helps out with costs of the channel, so get in there. Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Talking M81 Get Up. Today we're going over a gun that is build that's consumed my brain. And I often have guns on here that I love, guns that I think about often, and guns that have consumed my brain. And this is one of those firearms. Now, this may look very familiar to you. This is the Larry Vickers Delta Car-15. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I've done a quasi-inspired LAV Car-15. You know what, guys? Inspired wasn't good enough. I had to go and I had to clone it as best as I could. Now, are there still things off about this clone? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As well as my whole get up for Acid Gambit. I know I gotta address this for my guys out there that are diehard cloners, part of the Emperor's clone army, you know, Execute Order 66, those diehard cloners. You guys, hey, I appreciate you guys. You guys do an excellent job of preserving history. I'm just a big chimp, and sometimes I don't get all the kit perfect, nor do I get all the gun perfect. But on this particular one, I try to get as close as I could-ish. Fairly simple weapon. It's the Car-15, it's the carry handle, it's the aesthetics, it's the story behind it that really draw me in to wanting to build this particular firearm. So let's dive in. Gentlemen, we have, of course, have to thank LAS Concealment. LAS doing the Lord's work, making high quality holsters that can carry a firearm, a life-saving tool on your person. So go check out those companies that support the channel because, you know, big tech does not like us. So big thank you to those companies for helping out the channel. Nothing too crazy, and this probably looks familiar with what modern tech has, but it has some old features. Aimpoint 2000 and what was called the QXL dive light. Now, this light is not cool. It looks cool, kind of. If you're a nerd like me, it looks cool. So the thing about this light is that it was originally a dive light. If you look at LAV's work, whenever he talks about this weapon, is that it was a dive light, and the Delta guys back in the late 80s retrofitted this to be underneath as a weapon-mounted light. This is some early cool tech. Before that, guys, dudes had taped huge mag lights. The light tech was not great as what it is today, by far. I can take a mod light or a Surefire Turbo and I can cast a beam into the infinity, but back then it was like beep, and you're just praying that you got a few lumens to identify a bad guy. This thing kind of sucks, but I picked this up off the internet from a guy who specialized in the clone type stuff, so I'm really happy there. It's a 3D printed QXL. Finding the original QXL from talking to more advanced cloners. Shout out to my buddy Otter Weapons Works on Instagram. He was telling me like, hey dude, finding an OG QXL is like trying to get unicorn tears. You kiss your chances goodbye. So if you are a fellow out there who has an OG QXL, it's like I'm trying to tell you, you're obligated if you haven't already built out a LAV Car-15. It's kind of like you got to do it. Now, looking at the pictures from Acid Gambit, what I saw is that guys had pencil barrels or guys had this more government profile or the ring cut for M203. LAV was saying that he ended up with the government profile barrel cut for the M203. So that's what we went ahead and I got that barrel. So 1989 is when Acid Gambit was going on. And for that time period, it's a weird era because it's broaching into the modern 90s. Just a few years later, you know, around probably 3 to 4 years later is when you start to see the pictures of, you know, Gothic Serpent, 1993. Surefire 6P, Surefire 6.6, he's coming out. We start to see modern configurations, guys running dual tube night vision, the Delta guys. So you really start to see the broaching of modern kit being ran. And this is kind of like a weird quasi twilight period between the Vietnam tech. All right, so I got the QXL. This is the other side. It has a pressure switch right here. So you can click it on, click it off. I took the batteries out just for, they got corroded in there when I left them in there. So I just decided not to worry about it. And it's bright as all God out here. But overall, pretty simple and easy platform. LAV was really talking about and mentioned the juggle tape magazines with cardboard in between. This was to negate vibration of the rounds walking out. He said with the metal style retainers, either I think he was referring to the metal clamps that go onto the mags themselves. They had a tendency, the bullets to start walking out due to the vibration. I have the Ready Mag. I never had any issues with the Ready Mag on my older Car-15s or my older, you know, Colt AR-15A2. So take that for what it is, whatever grain of salt that you have. Now, we absolutely have to reference the ancient and sacred texts whenever we're talking about the LAV Car-15. So let's check out those ancient and sacred texts. We must use a bookmark for the sake of YouTube and speeding up things. If we go to the model 723, we have it without accessories, and then we have it with accessories, like over here, our firearm, right, Hizal. We have the clone-ish, and then we have the actual gun. All right, now this is the model 723. I like this little coloring book for adults. Now, just looking at this picture off the get-go, there's gonna be a few stark differences about my clone and about LAV clone. One particular thing you'll notice is going to be Weaver mount or the Picatinny mount that goes on top of the carry handle. Mine is of course different, and finding the actual one can be a little bit tricky. So if you do find one, hold on to it dearly. And then just looking at the difference of the QXL dive light. He's got the IR cover. I do not have an IR cover yet, but those are pretty much the big two differences. And then of course, one very large, sad difference is going to be the forbidden third hole. Reference to sacred text over. Get this out of the way. Now, of course, we have to reference this to my favorite Car-15 of all time, the Blood Diamond Car-15. I love this gun dearly, and it is becoming more and more clone correct. I know it hasn't been on the channel in a bit. I don't want to beat it like a dead horse, but this is, of course, is probably my favorite gun that I own, and I love showing it off when I can, but I don't want you guys to get too tired of it. Now, it's funny seeing the stark differences between the weapon light and then the red dot. So overall, the gun, very similar style of gun. This, of course, having the longer 14.5-inch barrel, and this having the 10.5 barrel. Ballistically, the Acid Gambit gun would be better, of course, but aesthetically, it's still hard for me to say, because damn do I love my Blood Diamond Car-15. The more modern red dot, of course, is going to be kicking the ass of the Aimpoint 2000. Then the Surefire 660 with a Malkoff device in there. Malkoff? I think that's the right word. Then the Surefire 660 with the Malkoff device in there, of course, putting the QXL dive light to shame. That's where you kind of start to see the advances. This is probably like the latest iteration that we could consider being of the more modern variety before you get into the SOP mod stuff. But me being the Car-15 simp that I am, I absolutely had to have my own iteration of the famous LAV rifle. I remember seeing it and I was like, I'll do my own quasi version. And then as time went on, it was like, I have to clone it. I gotta do it. It's like, come out, we have you surrounded. Clone the LAV Car-15. I love the LAV. I love the LAV, right? So that's essentially kind of what happened, and I don't hate it. Red dot, you know, I still love the height of the red dots. It's great for running night vision. Even today, you can still get certain barrel clamps that hold a zero better with PEC devices. They're a little bit old, hard to find, but you can still run a relatively modern setup. Yet again, going back to, I would love to get a better bulb system in here because the gun itself is still rather modern. Gentlemen, I think that about covers the LAV Car-15. I had to build it out, and I of course had to show it off to you guys because I'm a YouTube monkey doing the dancing show. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Big thank you to my Patreon. Patreon absolutely just is popping off. So get down there, check it out. There's a Discord for Patreon users only. So go check that out if you want to play video games, get stalked by the feds, maybe onesie twosies. It's a joke. We play Minecraft. It's a joke. Check out merchandise. Everything helps support the channel. YouTube algorithms aren't a big fan of gun channels, so that's no secret. As always, gentlemen, stay easy, stay breezy. We'll catch you on the flip. Let me do it more natural. I think I know what I want to do. Okay, sorry about that. Gentlemen, the Acid Gambit Car-15 by LAV is cool, but we also have to think, that makes no sense.